Hello and welcome to another tutorial by yours truly, Milz 505. Okay, so for today, basically, by the end of the tutorial, you'll be able to do basically that. Okay, so to get started, basically we realize that, and I conveniently labeled this vinyl, so this will help you. So we're gonna do the TFX vinyl. I'm pretty sure the IFX has a vinyl, but we're not gonna do that one. We're gonna work on the TFX, and since you see all three lights, we're gonna be under the assumption that we want to do multi today, not single. Remember, if it was single, these three would not be lighting up. It would be this one, that one, or that one, like that. Okay. So TFX A on multi is A. Always A. You hit it and make sure it's like there, right arrow, and you can use this or this. Doesn't matter. You will see that the parameters for this, 0 is the lowest parameter, all the way and up to 100. So it's another one of those things where it's 0 to 100. And as always, this helps you get, if you want to go like this, most people don't use it that way, to be honest. Most people use the smaller memory thing like this, as I'll demonstrate how in the Saro second round versus enemy. Basically, by the end of his round, it's 10, and then he very slowly does it right there, pretty much. Okay. So, I should let you know that when you're inputting things, I'm going to take that off. You're going to see that this is just like a like this. And I should notice that it's very high and it's very fast. You need to realize those two steps, high and fast. It's not t. Basically, the point of the vinyl is to take you from high and fast like this into toot. It's to lower it. Sorry, lower the pitch and to slow it down at the same time. So usually, if you're trying to slow things down, you would probably use like a tremolo or a slicer and slow it down, or like with like a filter rate, wow, like that. But we're not doing that. Also, when people want to lower it down, just the pitch, then they usually do pitch bend or transpose on A. So I think the reason why Boss Company created the Vinyl Flick effect is to create, like I said, the pitch and the tempo at the same time. So listen, and I just have vocal disc and grand delay just on there for a second. See? Slow and fast, or so fast and high, and then okay, take that off. So Vinyl Flick, when you're finding it, you're gonna realize, remember, the filter is always the first one, and vinyl will always be the last one. So like if usually people do the vinyl as a drop, especially as a second drop. So usually like in these, like in wildcard competitions, you have 3-minute limits, right? So usually by minute 1, it's drop 1. Usually minute number 2 is drop number 2. So they usually go over here, and like I said, it's very reason why I'm saying that it's the last one. If you can't go any more right. So it makes it very convenient. Whereas if you wanted to do, well, most people don't use isolator, but let's say tremolo, it's kind of like in the middle. And so that just takes forever. It's like, oh my goodness, is it here, filter, boom, vinyl, boom, hit it, done, ready, right? Okay, now let's talk about the flicks. So basically, I'm going to break this up into basically 4 sections. So first one is basically I'm going to talk about from 40 about 60. I call that the no man's land because when you do it, it sounds horrible. See? And then it just stops. And nobody most people don't usually do that. And by the way, you can do it while it's on. But if you notice, 440 to 54, still nothing. Still nothing. Now, when we get into like usually 65, it's still something, right? Okay. Now, part 2, I would say, I call it like the UK style, is from 70, especially in the 70s, to about 85. And listen why. So if you notice, when it's so slow like that, when it lowers down to so slow, it works way better for like a techno house beat BPM. Because if you look at my BPM, this is like a trap BPM, like 150. I really don't like the 120, 130, but that's a whole different discussion. So let's go back. Okay, so step down 70 to 85. 85, you should hear a big difference. It's not going to lower as much, so listen. Okay. Third one is 90 to 100, which most people don't use. Shout out to Duzzy, because I guess he says he really likes it, so that's cool. I respect his artistic opinion. He doesn't really change that much. Nothing. All right, so I started teaching you the 40 to 60, which I call no man's land, and I showed you the 70 to approximately 85, and I did the 90 to 100. Now, basically, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to talk about like the 25 to 40, which is basic. So the 25 to 40, if you know your math, it is the same value as you had it over around this section, but just when it boomerangs. So 75 from 100 is 25. So 0 from 25 is 25, right? So listen carefully to this pitch. Okay, right? Wait. Okay, now let's listen back to 75, and the pitch should be the exact same as it was on 25. It's the exact same, right? Exact same pitch and speed. The only difference is that this is called the boomerang, so it starts like this, and then it comes back, starts like something, and then it comes back, right? Okay, now basically if you keep going higher, the lower the number, it's going to keep getting higher pitched. So same idea where, like you were like 80 and you got higher pitched, I got higher because that was towards the end, that was the end parameter, right? Well, same thing here. And then it can go chromatically down. And this is basically how Saro ended his second round against the enemy. Okay, so to a beat, basically, okay. Most people make it faster and higher. Perfectly. It's even higher, right? So again, like I said, I started teaching you No Man's Land from like 40 to roughly 55. Then I told you what I like around 65 to like what I call like the UK style, 75, 85. And then I taught you, I guess we could call it the Duzzy zone, 90 to 100. Then I kind of taught you like the math trick. So 80 from 100 is 20, right? And then I told you how whatever the 80 pitch resolved on should be the exact same as the 20 pitch. And so like their 80 and 20 eventually end up the same way, right? Okay. All right. And then I told you you can go higher and then you can go more chromatic. And when you go down, it gets even slower, lower to nothing. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know. Hit up my Insta, MILZ505. Check down in the descriptions. I typed everything out. Okay? Ash?